Alright, and welcome back for Saturday of ConnectiCon, aka Curfew Con. I started the day again as Ice Queen, and that was the day Tom Kenny was going to be there. I found out that there was a panel called Tea Time with SpongeBob and Ice King, and I was so hyped! I was the Ice King, and I was the Ice Queen. I was so hyped. I kept at the back of the dealer's room, they have booths where the special guests sit, and I kept going back and forth to see if I could catch Tom Kenny's eye, and I saw him, and I was like, Tom Kenny. And I found the Hell on Wheels people. They were cool. They had jewelry. Yes. So Saturday, I was the Ice Queen. Con Mom and I went to the FMV contest together, because that's something we like to do. In the romance category was this anime. If someone could tell me what show it was, my mom and I are sincerely interested in trying to find it, because it was a romance video, and it told the little story of this tiny little girl, like a teenage girl, I would assume. They looked like high school students, but this tiny, slender schoolgirl and this big, hulking guy. He had very pronounced JoJo's Bizarre Adventure lips, but he was just this big, friendly giant, and it was just their little romance story, I guess, and they were just so cute because it kind of struck close to home because Big Alex is big and I am small, and it reminded us of us. So my mom was interested in it. We didn't catch the title of the anime because they usually feature that before it, but the FMV itself was called Vibe So Hot, I think. If someone could tell me that series name, we want to look it up because it was just so cute. We voted for that for romance. And we voted for actual serial killer Shia LaBeouf. I found out that won Best in Show. We voted for that Best in Show. It was good. Shia LaBeouf. Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. And there was a Joker MV, so naturally we voted for the Joker MV in the other category. If you couldn't tell, I have a thing for Joker. I honestly always have. It's just Joker. And here I am sitting as Harley. And then after the FMV, I think we got lunch. I don't really remember if we got lunch, but Tom Kenny's Tea with the Ice King was at 2 o'clock, and so I got in line as early as I can. The actual panel was at 2:15. I sat down at 1:30. This other woman and I ran to the bathroom and touched up my makeup because I think I had just eaten lunch. So yes, because we went to the food trucks. Because the food trucks were there. I love that. The Riverfest coincided with ConnectiCon, so the food trucks were there, so we had easy access to food. Woohoo! Love that. We had food truck food. Got a toasted sandwich. It was good. And then I touched up my makeup and sat down with this woman I think she was in street clothes, I think. And a Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie gave me a blue little bracelet, because I was the Ice Queen, I was blue, and she gave me a bracelet. And as we waited for Tom Kenny, more and more people gradually congregated, and it kind of turned into just a mass. And so finally the con told us to get into 2 lines, and people tried to set themselves in front of that woman, and she was like, no, I have been here since 1:15. I am in the front of the line. And Pinkie Pie and I were like, no, she's in the front of the line. Get in line. She's in the front. Yeah. And I got good seats. I was in the second row, right at the end, because I was in a hoop skirt. I needed an aisle seat because I was in a hoop skirt. I didn't have much room. And oh my goodness, Tom Kenny, he's such a delight. I got to ask him a feels question, because thankfully, by pure coincidence, I happened to be sitting right next to where they were starting the line. So there was this papyrus sitting in front of me. We started a SpongeBob theme song sing-along. She went in front of me, and then when it was my turn, I got to ask the feels question, because I heard the audience go, aw! I asked, how does it feel to know that you touched the lives of so many children? And I gestured to the audience here we are. We watched you as kids, and now we're here to see you. And I was the Ice Queen. So I greeted him as like, "Hello, I'm you in an alternate universe," and he's like, "I'm not the Ice Queen," and I had Gunter, so I'm holding Gunter. I'm like, "Gunter!" Yeah. So I got to meet Tom Kenny, and he liked my Ice Queen. So that was the highlight. I was so hyped all weekend to see Tom Kenny, and I got to see him, and he liked my Ice Queen. It made me happy. And then immediately after Tom Kenny was cosplay lip sync with Rick, who has been waiting for these reviews because, oh, so scathing. Like, everything I felt was bad about the con was because of the con itself. Like, the panels were fun. I had fun socializing. Everyone was so nice, and it was a very loving environment. So cosplay lip sync, I feel like I kind of cheated because I literally snuck in. I kind of cut the line. Oops. I snuck in saying I had to talk to Rick, and then by that point I couldn't find any seats, and I'm like, "Rick, where do I sit?" And he just sat me on the stage, and I'm just like, "Oh, okay." So I helped pass out candy to sate the crowd. I gave out candy. But I also signed up. I don't know if he'll upload them to YouTube, but they will be on Facebook. I'm assuming eventually, because that's what happened for UConn. I performed Bubblegum Bitch by Marina and the Diamonds as Ice Queen. I got to grab Rick. I got to grab his tie and shove him. He was pull me closer and kiss me hard. I'm gonna pop your bubblegum heart. So I did it. Nah. I won my cosplay battle. I was up against a Goomy Vocaloid. I was up against a Vocaloid, and I felt bad because the audience voted for me, but I won. Thank you. Thank you for being a good sport, Vocaloid, who performed Goomy. You were good. I was supposed to go up against the other host for cosplay lip sync. I want to say Jill, but I think that was wrong. But the two hosts were supposed to duke it out, but they couldn't find her song. But it was fun. I had fun. Everyone was so great. There was McCree. It's high noon. He performed Bohemian Rhapsody. He had a whole routine. Stole my heart. He was great. I gave him a hug afterward because he was so great. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing him again because my mom walked in literally right as I was finishing my routine. I was sitting back down. There was a con dad who was Giovanni from Pokemon. They pulled him up because they spotted him in the crowd, and they're like, "Giovanni's gonna do a song," and he was like, so he did a Kiss song, he rocked out, like, he was rocking, he was moving, he was jumping, he was falling to his knees and doing the whole, like, he was rocking out. So when my mom showed up, they're like, "Con Mom, let's have Con Mom do a song," and I was gonna have her do the Cuppy Cake song. That would have been cute, but she doesn't know the words, so she couldn't really have lip synced it, but oh well. It was fun. Cosplay lip sync was great. You should all let ConnectiCon know that you want it to be in a bigger room with more time, because we ran out of time, because everyone wanted to participate, because it was fun. So we need a bigger room with more time. Because another strike against ConnectiCon, they got rid of the feedback panel, so probably because they knew that we were going to have so much to say. So then, after cosplay lip sync, I had a lot of time to kill, so to visit and socialize in the hallways until I went back to my room and changed into Mulin. And I inhaled dinner on the bridge back to the con because I had to get in line for when hentai goes bad. It was going to be awkward because my mom's in the room, but went to a hentai panel. I was visiting with two guys who were in line with me, and they were like, "Oh, this is something you don't tell your parents you do at a con." I'm just like, my mom knows I'm at a hentai panel. My mom goes to cons too. Con mom. It was entertaining. They showed the awful English dub of Bible Black. Those actors just sound so disinterested. Like, "Oh, this is my line? Okay, I'll say my line." It just sounds so boring. But it was informative. We discussed the the definition of hentai. Hentai is by definition something that's abnormal. So we discussed the history of tentacle. Anthony Bourdain actually interviewed the father of the tentacle genre, so we got to watch that. It was cool. It was entertaining. It's entertaining. He showed us, well, the host, I should say, showed us Sailor and the Seven Balls, and oh, that was bad animation. Oh. But it was entertaining, and that's what the panel was about. It was bad hentai. He showed it to us. It was actually funny at the beginning. He was like, so who thinks they're the youngest one in the room? And someone legitimately had, like, their 2-month-old, and so she held the baby up, and we're like, there's a baby in the room, and he's just like, what? Why is there a baby here? The parents wanted to come, and the parents are old enough to be here, and so he's like, this is about making babies, not entertaining babies. So, the baby was the youngest one in the room. And after that panel let out, the convention center closed, so I went outside and met back up with Rick again. We formed a little circle, and we were going to play Cards Against Humanity. It started to rain, so everyone ran indoors. Rain stopped, so I went back outdoors, because Rick was still there. I just sat with him, and I socialized with some people, because what else do you do when the con closes at 9 o'clock? AKA Curfew Con. But yes, that was my Saturday. Around, what was it, around 10:30, I was like, I'm cold, I'm tired, I'm gonna go back to my hotel, because Big Alex actually left Saturday night, so my date mate Robert could borrow his badge, which was very nice. Alex bought me my skirt. She's so cute. So then I just visited. Ryder went to the Not a Rave at the area dance club, because we're like, where's Ryder? Because we haven't heard from him. He texts us, he's like, I'm at the rave. I'm drunk. I'm like, oh, how's he going to get back home safe? But at one point during the night, because he was sleeping in my bed, I sprawled out, and my hand landed on his face, and I'm like, what is this? It's a Ryder. Ryder's back safe. Yay! So Ryder got back safe. Yay! And so thus, Saturday had a happy ending. And so on that note, Saturday had a happy ending. Time to tackle Sunday.